All right, what's going on, guys? We're back in with another video up on the channel, and today we're gonna be doing a good old tier list again. I know, it's a second tier list. I'm not gonna be doing these too much. This might even be the last one I do for at least a while, but I wanted to do one ranking all of the Legends Limited characters in Dragon Ball Legends. Obviously, the last tier list that I did, which you should definitely go check out, was ranking all of the 3rd-year anniversary characters. Obviously, I had a couple of LFs, but I was thinking, why not do one with all these LFs? I actually was going to do this a bit earlier, but then that's when Full Power Frieza came out, and I could have done the tier list before he came out, but it would have been outdated like instantly, so I didn't want that to happen. And also, I wanted to wait a couple of days just to see more of Frieza and play with him more, just to get a proper opinion on him to properly rank him on this tier list. So yeah, I think it's been enough. It's Monday as I'm recording this. Frieza's come out almost a week ago, which is actually insane to think about. So yeah, I think without further ado, let us actually get into ranking all of the LF units. But quickly before that, you know, if you enjoy the type of content I do and all that, you want to stick around to the channel, make sure to hit that sub button down below. Make it actually turn gray and not red. You know, also, if you don't want to miss out on upload, you know, hit that notification bell, please. I suck at these. And also, if you enjoy the video, make sure to leave it down below. All right, let's actually get into it. All right, let's just start in order of like where their place is. I guess we have Vegito Blue first. So Vegito Blue, we have obviously, you know, the good old Z tier, S tier, A, B, C. I'm not gonna go anything below that because I'm gonna be honest. Even if I had like a D tier, like an E tier, I doubt I would put anyone in there. So yeah, so I think this layout we have, this template we have is fine. So Vegito Blue, for how old he is, he's been out for a little over a year now, and I would say he's still really damn good. Like, I think that just shows you how broken they made him and just how far ahead of everyone else, how far ahead he was from everyone else when he first came out. I remember when he first came out, it was like the most unfun meta like of all time. Like every match he was in every team and he was so annoying to fight against. God, the 2nd anniversary was definitely quite interesting to say the least. But yeah, but talking about Vegito Blue himself, obviously he can be quite good. You know, he can do pretty good damage, especially with his combo potential is so amazing. Because the fact that he uses strike card, you click a red rectangle, as correct would say it, shout out to him, and you literally just draw another one and you click it repeatedly until it stops popping up. That's literally what you do. You literally just click strike cards this guy and you just combo forever. But yeah, that can be good obviously because it can be used to farm of Dragon Balls and all that. His blue card can lock you in, which that's always been really good. It's definitely been one of the better things about him. He has blast armor and strike cards. His kit itself is literally a whole essay. Like literally, we look through his kit, ignore the ads. Like, look at this. Like he does so much stuff. Like he even does additional damage against fusion warriors. Like, come on. And then also he gets buffs depending on like the type of enemy he's facing when he switches in and all of that. Also, he has a special cover change against blast cards. He can combo off of it. His main ability gives him a ton of ki, heals him, draws the ultimate. His ultimate, by the way, hits like a freaking truck still, even to this day. Nullifies special cover changes, nullifies damage reduction, nullifies endurance. It literally does everything. So that being said, where does he place on this list? I would say he's definitely not C tier, obviously. I'm not putting him there. I wouldn't say he's B tier, no. I would say he's obviously still quite good. I think A is probably where I'll put him. I think S tier I'll probably reserve for like some of like the best of the best. Well, I don't know, like I think he's A tier. I think he's just here. Like, you know, there's obviously a ton of LFs better than him, but I think he's aged incredibly well for him to even be like this high up in the tier list. So Vegito Blue obviously is quite good, so props to him. All right, obviously we have the next unit. I don't think there's any discussion where this guy needs to be. He deserves to be in C tier. He's the worst unit in the game. Holy no, I'm kidding. Okay, let's actually be real here. Okay, Gohan with the Zenkai awakening and all that, he is just it's crazy how long it's been since he got his Zenkai, and he's been the best unit in the game ever since. Like, I remember Vegito Blue was like by far the best, and everyone was like so afraid of like what would come next after him, like what would like how much power creep would change after him or something or like that, or I don't know. And then literally this guy came out like 2 months later. Like, that's insane. I remember this guy came out, and it's like, what the hell were they thinking with him? Like, he is just so good. Like, Gohan literally does everything. He does probably the highest amount of damage ever. He can tank decently well, mainly just because of his high Zenkai stats. They also basically fixed his problem, which pre-Zenkai was, at the start of a match, he would not be the absolute greatest. Like, he could be okay at the start of a battle. It's mainly, he really depended on having defeated allies to be able to start putting in work. But with the Zenkai, they literally just fixed him. They literally made him so no matter what, he can destroy you instantly. His blast cards hit so hard, and the fact that he stacks up damage per blast card he uses as well is insane. And get this, he's a damage dealing unit with support buffs. Like, I don't know what they were thinking. This is literally, like, per, like, ally, hybrid Saiyan or Sun family character, he's literally giving 30% key recovery for 20 counts and 20% blast damage. So basically, if you're running him on a full hybrid team or Sun family team, which obviously you're going to be doing, he's literally giving his allies 60% key recovery and 40% blast damage. Like, that support buff is not minuscule at all. It is massive. Then if he's fighting a regen character, they're just done. They're dead. There's no doubt about that. There's like, you are just dead. You have to accept your fate. His ultimate friggin' nullifies them. Like, his ultimate, especially if you have like a defeated Sun family character, it literally one-shots so many characters. It's so rare to see a character actually live his ultimate. But yeah, I mean, there's nothing else I need to say about this guy. This guy is literally just the best. That is it. All right, we have the brand new LF Full Power Frieza up next. I'm gonna be honest. When Frieza first came out and I tested him out, I actually kind of thought he was kind of mid. I'm not gonna lie. I definitely wasn't having the best matches. It definitely didn't help that literally the first match I hop into with this guy, is my first match of the whole season as well. I fight against a 14-star Bojack with my 2-star LF Frieza, who's doing absolutely no damage to him. So that definitely didn't help. But I mean, I'm gonna be honest, for the first couple of matches I played with him, he was looking okay. Like, he definitely didn't seem like super like overly busted to me or anything. So yeah. However, the more I saw what he could do, mainly from like other showcase videos from other YouTubers, the more I used him and all that, the more I actually came to realize how broken he, like how good he can be. I will say this, he is definitely a unit that needs dupes. Like, he actually needs dupes. Like, at 2-3 stars, he can work like fine, I guess, but I'll say at the 6-7 star level, like majority LFs, that's when he's looking real good. And at that point, he can just be a monster at that point. You know, he's not like this Gohan right here, who literally 2-3 stars, he's good to go even at that point. He just shreds everything in his path. But yeah, I mean, Frieza, he does a lot of things. He has card draw speed, like unconditional card draw speed, which is actually really good. He can do pretty good damage. He has blast armor, strike cards. Funny, because literally before they even released Full Power Frieza just at all in Legends, my envision of him was that he would have blast armor. But when he initially came out, like the original Full Power Frieza, he didn't even have blast armor. I was kind of like, what? It would have made sense. But they finally, you know, gave blast armor to this guy. I mean, it makes sense. His green card's actually really good because you can combo off it. You get key, you draw a blast card guaranteed, so it's great for combo extension. It also lowers out sub count, and like his green card's really good. And then we talk about his blue card. His blue card's a freaking AoE attack. Does massive impact damage. It's funny because he even gets special move damage specific buffs from his passive, so obviously they know you're going to be running with this LF Frieza down here and just drawing a million blue cards and just spamming that attack, and you're just killing the entire enemy team. Like, that blue card's actually really damn good. And then we talk about his ultimate. His ultimate, I feel like at times cannot hit, like, definitely there's like some of these other units, their ultimates can hit way harder, but I mean, his ultimate can hit pretty hard as well. He also, one thing I kind of commonly forget about him is that his main ability does restore Vanish Gauge. I keep forgetting that, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I mean, Frieza is just an excellent, well-designed unit. Oh yeah, before I forget, he also, when he falls below 60% HP, he does heal 20% HP, as well as he does give extra buffs for himself as well as his team. So that's just even more to add on to him of what he already does. Like, he is a really good unit. So in terms of where he would place on this tier list, I'll put him in S tier. I'm gonna be honest. He's obviously definitely not touching Z tier, of course. Yeah, Z tier is reserved for the best of the best. But I'll say Frieza is definitely worthy enough of being an S tier. Like, he's definitely a unit that the more I've used and seen of, he's definitely impressed me more and more. So yeah, I'm comfortable putting him in S tier. So yeah, anyways, the next unit I'm gonna be talking about is Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Okay. So Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, he's good. He's obviously good. I mean, it's unfortunate he's the worst of the 3 LS that released during the anniversary, and he was supposed to be the main headlining unit of the entire anniversary. His spot kind of got stolen by someone else. But yeah, I think in my previous tier list video, I think I actually put Gogeta above Zamasu just because I personally liked him more, just because, you know, he could do good damage, like he could do fine damage, he can tank better than Zamasu and all that. Like overall, I just liked him a little better. I think I would actually retract that claim. I think definitely, like, the more I've seen of Zamasu, like, Gogeta's good. I like Gogeta. But Zamasu, man, Zamasu is, like, he's so crazy good. I know I'm supposed to be talking about Gogeta, but, like, I don't know. It's like, Gogeta's really good, though. He can be pretty tanky. I feel like, honestly, I've seen some people mention that, like, he should have just had his 80% damage reduction at the start of battle just permanently. Yeah. I mean, there can definitely be times that, like, even with the 80% damage reduction, he can take quite a bit of damage and all that. So, you know, without that 80% damage reduction, just imagine what you'd be taking at that point. But, I mean, overall, he's a good unit. He can do fine damage. Like, he can do good damage even for a defense type. He has Blast Armor and Strike cards, which is always really good. His blue card is really damn good because, one, it can do pretty good damage, and also if you land the blue card, you guaranteed draw another one and you get enough ki to use it. Like that, I've seen that combo happen so many times that my opponent literally just throws out the blue card and then they immediately throw out the next blue card, like right after or something, and like sometimes it can actually catch me off guard, and I even do that too, and it works. Like not all the time, but it can work. But yeah, and then I mean his ultimate definitely, like, you know, it hits hard. It can hit pretty hard, but I will say that Zamazu's hits like way hard. I will say like Frieza and Gogeta's ults kind of hit like around a similar level. I don't even know. But yeah, I mean, also he has multiple ways of going type neutral. One from his main, then he has this ability that I don't even understand yet. It's like he gets, like, I assume it's like he goes type neutral when he gets hit. I don't know. Yeah, this nullifies unfavorable element factors for damage sustained for 15 counts. So I'm gonna be honest, like, if anyone in the comment section can help me with this, like, I don't know what this means. Like, does this mean that once he gets hit, he goes type neutral for the next 15 counts? Like, maybe that's what it is, but I really don't know. But like, regardless, he has multiple ways of going type neutral. He has a cover change just like UI Goku, so it covers against strikes and blasts. You can't combo off of it. Also, I feel like this is an ability that one I never see personally activate, but it's a really good ability where if he is fighting an enemy that has endurance and he causes them to activate their endurance, he heals 20% of his HP and then he gets 2 Dragon Balls for free. Like, that is actually really good, I would say. Personally, I've not seen this ability like happen much or come into play at all even, but it's definitely a good ability. Like, it's definitely probably the most underrated effect that Gogeta has, but it's a really good one though. So yeah, with that all being said, where does Gogeta rank on this tier list? Personally, I would definitely say he's better than Vegeta Blue for sure. Definitely not better than Gohan. Frieza, you can make a case Frieza's better. You can make a case, I don't know. I think Gogeta's S tier. Gogeta's S tier. Maybe as much as people want to talk down Gogeta a little bit, I think he's good. I do like Gogeta quite a bit, so I think he's worthy of being S tier. All right, we have Future Gohan. I'm actually gonna see if I can move a bit more quickly because we have a lot more characters to go through. God, man. All right, Future Gohan. He's very good. He does a lot. Like, this Gohan is actually really damn good. He can do good damage. He has card draw speed. He can even support as well, especially, I think it's when he gets hit. Every time he gets hit, he like gets a buff for himself as well as his allies. His cover change effect is so good because of the fact that he has a blast cover change, but then also, even if you don't get the cover change, like, no matter what, he's destroying 2 of the enemy's cards. So at that point, even if you don't get the cover change off, you're basically, regardless, ending the opponent's combo right then and there. But like Gohan has a lot of utility. Like he can also like he does get buffs like per defeated battle member as well. You know, like he can be like reasonably tanky, especially if you have like a high stars. He has endurance as well. But I should definitely mention that because that's definitely one of the best things about him. He also restores a portion of his vanish gauge per strike card he uses. He has a ton of ways of sealing cards. I think like when he pops his main, he seals all your green and blue cards, and then if you get hit by his special move, he does seal all your strike cards. That's super annoying. And then also his green card gives him ki, gives him damage. He's so good, man. I mean, that's all I gotta say. I also want to move a bit quicker because I have a lot of characters to do, but Future Gohan is really, really, really good. So we're just gonna put him in S tier because he's really damn good. All right, we have my boy Majin Vegeta. Majin Vegeta's good. He's definitely good. I feel like he's actually quite underrated. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't see him used that much, but he, like, from the times I've used him, I actually use him like pretty recently. He can still be so good, man. I mean, honestly, I'm talking because I have an 8-star Majin Vegeta, but regardless, like, he is really damn good. So like, he can do good damage. Tanking can be okay. You know, he can heal when he transforms. His green card post-transformation is still ridiculous because it's an AoE green card that you can combo off of, and he gets a card guaranteed and gets ki and all that. Like, that's so good. His blue card as well, like, even pre-transformation, his blue card can actually, like, pretty hard. Post-transformation, forget it. He hits like a truck with that blue card. Not only that, but his main ability, a lot of people commonly forget about this, but his main ability after transforming does nullify special cover changes. So like, that's really good. I think he was actually the first unit to nullify special cover changes off of his main ability, at least. I know Vegito Blue was the first one that just had that ability straight up, but he had his ultimate specifically. This guy just nullifies him straight up just by popping his main ability. So yeah, also he can nullify endurance with his blue card, you know. His LF looks nice. I don't know if that adds points, but you know. But yeah, I mean, Majin Vegeta I feel like is actually, I would probably put him, I want to say I would either put him in B tier or A tier. I'm gonna put him in B tier for now. It pains me. I want to put him in A tier. If I want to, I could just do this. All right, you know, but we'll keep it real. You know, I'll put him here for now. I might change it a little later depending on like what other characters I put here. But for now, we'll put him in B tier. He's really good though. Don't get me wrong, but you know, Vegito Blue I would say maybe is a little better, and also like some of the other units that I'm probably gonna be putting here, I feel like are just like a slight step above Majin Vegeta. So I don't know. We'll leave him here for now. All right, next we have LF Piccolo. So LF Piccolo, I feel like he doesn't get talked about much, kind of. I don't know. He's really damn good. I'm just gonna straight up put LF Piccolo up here in S tier. He's really damn good. Like post Zenkai, I feel like they honestly just gave him a Zenkai just because he was so underused, like underrated or whatever. Like pre Zenkai, I feel like he could actually still be like okay. Like I don't know. It's like I don't even know why they even gave him a Zenkai, but I mean, hey, at least he's really good now. He actually gets used and all that. I use him. I actually really like LF Piccolo. He's actually really fun to use. He can do good damage. He can tank quite well. He does support his allies. It's not like the biggest support buff ever, but he does support them at least a little bit. His transformation gets his vanish back. You know, his green card as well is really good because of the fact that it draws him a blue card. It buffs up the next blue card to use as well. And his blue card itself, I mean, can hit pretty damn hard, nullifies endurance and all that blast armor. His blast cards as well have the Gogeta Blue effect where he does extra damage against blast armor. So yeah, I mean, I don't really have much to say about Piccolo. He's just really damn good. I feel like, I don't know, he's definitely very good. I definitely think he's worthy of being S tier, definitely not lower than that. Maybe at lowest he could be A tier, but I think Piccolo is just, he's really damn good. That's all I gotta say. All right, if you haven't noticed, I'm trying to move quickly because obviously I have quite a lot of characters. I don't want this to last too long. So anyways, Kid Buu is the next unit. Kid Buu is really damn good. I feel like I'm saying that about every unit here. Like all these characters are good in their own respectives, but it's like Kid Buu is just something else, man. Like Kid Buu, I feel like he's honestly he's definitely one of the better. Like let me just put him up here, just straight up. Like I'm not gonna rank the characters in the individual tier list because if I would, I'll probably put like Kid Buu maybe even like in front of all these characters. Maybe Future Gohan maybe in front. I don't know. Like Future Gohan and Kid Buu will probably be like the top two and then maybe I'll put like Frieza, Piccolo, and Gogeta, or like Piccolo, Frieza, and Gogeta. I don't know. I'm not gonna bother ranking them into individual tiers, but Kid Buu is really damn good, man. Like the fact that he can do so much, he can do a lot of damage, and also like his tanking is okay. It's mainly the fact that he just has like he has such fast vanish gauge recovery. His green card is like freaking broken because he heals, he gets card draw speed, he gets damage, he restores a portion of his vanish gauge. Like his green card is definitely one of the best in the game. Then also he has like this ability where he gets like, I think it's every 4 counts that elapse when he's on the battlefield, he gets 40 ki and he debuffs the enemy like just constantly. It's like if you're doing a combo, especially if you're like sidestepping, like charge stepping and all that, you're definitely gonna be able to make use of that, maybe even like a couple of times, which is just insane. Also, he gets 90% damage inflicted just off the bat, so that's probably why he's able to do so much damage. He does additional damage against Saiyans and all that. Like, Kid Buu is just a freaking beast. Alright, all that being said about Kid Buu, I know maybe I could say more, but again, I'm trying to move through this pretty quickly, and I mean, he's just good. That's all I gotta say. Anyways, moving on to our boy Gohan. Alright, moving on to Gogeta Blue. We all know why Gohan is like Z tier. Like Gohan, I already explained what I needed to say in the last tier list video. If you want to check that out, like I said, you know, go check it out. I'll link it down below. But yeah, like Gohan's just freaking stupid. His damage, like he even supports as well. His main ability, pre-transform, is stupid just because it's buffing the whole team. He's even buffing his own special move damage and like lowering his cost. He heals his allies. His green card, both pre-transformed and post-transform, are really good because pre-transform he lowers his own sub count, which can be really good because like you can switch him to him way quicker, and especially if like your opponent throws out a Rising Rush and they think like they're thinking the Gohan can't come back in when he actually can because he lowered his own sub count. Like his green card is really good, and then post-transforms the AoE green card, so it's like it's insane. Tanking is okay, but I mean he has a revival mechanic. It literally does not matter. So yeah, I'm not even gonna say much about Gohan because we just know why he's up here in Z tier. Like I said, I needed like whatever needs to be said about him, I explained in my last tier list video. So if you want to hear what I have to say about him, go check that video out. Alright, Gogeta Blue. Funny enough, he was in the last tier list video by mistake. I obviously didn't rank him, but I had him in the listing of characters by mistake, but we're finally going to rank him now. So Gogeta Blue is definitely one of the characters that, as time has gone on, people have definitely learned to appreciate more, and people would truly understand just how good he can be. Gogeta Blue, when he first came out, I remember people were kind of like underwhelmed by him. Like a lot of people, I even heard some people saying he was like Super Saiyan 3 Goku level, like pre-Zenkai kind of. And I was like, no, like what are you thinking? Like Gogeta Blue, like compared to Broly, like especially when they released, like Gogeta Blue and Broly, I would say Broly was probably the better one, but Gogeta Blue is really good because like his damage can be really good. His tanking, especially at low stars, is not the absolute best, but I mean he does heal quite a lot. He heals when he enters the battlefield, he heals when he pops his main, like he has a ton of healing. Yes, it would have been nice if they gave him card draw speed, but especially since he's a character that like he stacks up damage for every card he uses, so it would have definitely benefited him really well, but it is what it is. He has a cover change against strike cards and all that, and also definitely one of the best abilities about him, maybe even the straight up best ability about him, and one of the reasons why he's so good still to this day and he has so much value is the fact that he nullifies special cover changes just for free. He does it up to 3 times, I think, when he enters the battlefield. So like, that is definitely one of the best abilities that any character could have. And like he was one of the first to do it just for free by entering the battlefield. So that's why Gogeta Blue just does so much value to this day, especially since they've been releasing more and more cover change units as time has gone on since its release. So yeah, his blast cards do have the effect of doing additional, I think it's an extra 100% blast damage against blast armor. So that obviously is crazy. His blue card itself can hit pretty hard. His green card, while it can be difficult to land because it's a strike counter, if you land that, you are looking good because you can combo off it. He draws a strike card guaranteed. He gets ki, he gets a ton of extra damage. He removes the opponent's buffs. Like that green card, if you land it, it is devastating. You basically win the game at that point. And his ultimate itself can actually hit pretty hard, especially if you stack up, ultimate damage from throwing, like just using arts cards and all that from his passive. Like if you're able to stack it up, that ultimate can hit really hard. So yeah, I mean, Gogeta Blue definitely, like, especially at higher stars. I feel like also people, like, you know, when they were judging him, they were judging him like at 2-3 stars. But at that point, he can look fine. He's good at that point, but he's obviously not the absolute craziest. But definitely at higher stars, like 6 stars plus and all that, he's a completely different animal. So with all that being said, where does my boy place on this tier list? S tier. Oh wait, no, S tier. Sorry, Vegeta Blue. I know you want to be with your buddy, but nah. Yeah, Gogeta Blue is freaking insane. I remember like on the Game Press tier list, they had him like underneath Vegeta Blue, and he was like that for a while, and then they finally moved him like way above. Like Gogeta Blue, like I said, it's definitely one of those characters that as time has gone on, more people have realized just how good he can be. All right, I left Super Saiyan 4 Goku. He's garbage. I gotta say, he's just, I don't know what the hell they were thinking of this guy. Okay, anyways, Goten. All right, let me stop joking around. Okay, Goku is not bad. Goku is a good unit. He is good. But man, I don't know what they were thinking with some parts of his kit and all that. Like, I feel like overall, just flat out, he could have been at least a little better. I don't know what they were thinking. I apologize if this turns into a Super Saiyan 4 Goku rant portion or rant video here, but oh my god. Okay, let me just point out something in his kit. All right, so he builds up damage and damage reduction as the enemy uses cards. They don't have to land the cards, they just have to use them. He can even, and this activates even when he's on standby. He doesn't have to be on the field. He can even be on standby and he gets the buffs regardless. I feel like he should just build these buffs up himself, or at least the damage reduction portion, and just have it permanently. Like, honestly, he could just start out with 60% damage reduction just off the bat, or at least like 40%, 50%, whatever, because he does not tank. He does not tank. He gets killed so fast, especially early on when he only has this 20% damage reduction. If he gets hit hard for the first hit, he might even die just straight up. I mean, other than that, I mean, he does give this slight support buff, which can be nice. He gets ki. Like, his damage can be fine. Obviously, he can do pretty good damage. His tanking is not the best. I mean, his ultimate can hit really hard. He just get this freaking ad out of here. He heals. He gets ki and all that. He does get buffs per defeated battle member as well, so he can be a last man standing character. I actually had an instance where I think I was fighting against a God Key team, and my Goku's like only 2 stars, even to this day. And the last man standing threw out the ultimate against Zenkai Blue Goku, like Zenkai 7 Blue Goku, on a really good God Key team, and he almost one-shot him. I know he didn't one-shot him, but he almost did. Like, Goku was left with like a sliver of HP. I would say that's actually pretty impressive, not gonna lie. So yeah, I mean, like, Goku can be good, but it's just like this, I feel like he could build up himself or something. I don't know. And okay, oh boy, I'm sorry. His green card sucks. Oh my god, I hate his green card. I don't know what they were thinking. Why give him a force switching green card? With the type of unit he is, I feel like they should have kept the green card the same, like make it, you know, that he throws them away, but instead of switching them, he combos off of it. How about that? Like, you make it, he gets ki, he gets a bit of damage or something, he draws a card, and you can combo off of it. Simple as that. You keep the blast armor portion, you can even keep this the same, just maybe give a bit of ki and draw like a strike card or something, and combo off of it. Either that, or you make it just a typical power-up green card, so that way you can also use it as a stop time event to like catch your opponent off with a sidestep or catch them like in an attack or something. Make it like heal him a little bit, especially for how like squishy he is, you know, how non-durable he can be. Healing would be nice. Maybe give him a little bit of ki, bit of damage, maybe even give him a bit of like sustained damage cut or something. Like, they could have done better with the green card, I'm gonna be honest. So I'm not gonna talk about the green card much longer, but yeah, I mean, Goku is a good unit. This Goku is a good unit, but he's just nowhere near the level like these characters. Vegeta Blue, I'll say, is better than him. I would even say Majin Vegeta is better than him. Yeah, Majin Vegeta came out like months before this guy. So yeah, I mean, Goku's good. I might do another video, honestly, after, like, right after this, like, tier list video, just to revisit him and see how good he can be. Maybe on, like, a GT team, just because I feel like that's probably the main team he wants to be ran on and all that. But, I don't know. Whatever, let's just move on to the next one, man. Alright, Goten. Not much to talk about with Goten. He's literally C tier. He might end up being the worst LF out of all of these, even the ones I haven't ranked yet. Like, out of every LF on the screen you see, he might be the worst one. He's definitely due on a Zenkai, but we don't know when he's gonna get a Zenkai. Either he's gonna be the next LF Zenkai, or Frieza is, or even Super Vegito. I don't know, but Goten, I mean, even now, like in certain situations on the right setup, he can look okay, he can look decent, but it's just his age. Like, he can't tank for for his life. Like, even when he first came out, he wasn't even that tanky. Like, he was pretty squishy. His damage can be okay. He does provide a ton of support for Gohan characters, so like, you do it like, I don't know, like a purple red setup with these two with him, and he's supporting them heavily, and they're just carrying the team and all that. Or like, even run this guy or something. Like, his support for Gohan's can definitely be good. It's just, other than that, like, he's not, like, I don't know, he just needs a Zenkai. He's just outdated at this point, unfortunately. But maybe with the Zenkai, obviously, he can actually be pretty good, but we'll see if he even beats this guy. I don't know. All right, Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. This unit, I remember when he first dropped. He's in B tier. I remember when he first came out, he was so good. He was broken. Even to this day, he can actually, like, in certain situations, he can definitely look still really good to this day. If this is a unit that, if they give a Zenkai, oh boy, this is a scary unit here that they would create with a Zenkai. I definitely don't want him to Zenkai anytime soon, for sure. But yeah, I mean, he does have pretty decent utility with his ultimate being able to lock in the opponent. He does provide support buffs. I think as he combos, like as he uses strike and blast cards, he gets level 2 card draw speed in his main ability. Actually, talking about him, I actually really like this guy. I might actually do a video just revisiting him. I actually really like this guy. I actually pulled him on his initial banner. This is like during a time when I summoned for LF units and I didn't get them. So this was like the first LF I actually pulled off their initial banner in like a long time. So I was obviously pretty happy, and man, this guy was so good. He would carry me through so many matches. It was insane. But yeah, I might actually do a video revisiting him. Probably these two. I'm probably gonna do videos of revisiting them after I'm done with this video. But yeah, I mean, this guy, like I said, he can still be pretty solid in the right situation. It's just also on his teams, a lot, like all of his teams has just been, there's just better options now. So yeah, I mean, this guy will one day see use again, but he can still be pretty solid in the right situation. All right, the boy UI Goku. All right, this guy can be really good. I'm just gonna put him at here. I would put him S tier. It's just, UI Goku is really a character that just, it really depends on the player who you like how you use them. Like, if you're really good at playing with UI Goku, like if you're like the best UI Goku player, if you really know how to utilize his mechanics and all to their full extent, he could feel like the best unit in the game to you. And also, if you don't know how to use him and all that, he could feel like the worst unit in the game to you, or not as good or something. I don't know, but UI Goku is definitely very skill dependent, but I mean, he is very good. Coming from a player that I don't even use him that much, and I'm definitely not the best player, with the best UI Goku player by far. No, I'm nowhere near the best player. But I mean, I'm okay at using him, and he is really damn good. Like, this guy's so fun to use. Like, that Vantage, like that unique gauge he has is just so damn good. And like, he can be pretty squishy, but obviously it's meant to balance out the fact that he has that like auto dodge mechanic. His damage can actually be pretty good, and all that. His blue card restores a portion of his unique gauge. His green card is really damn good because it's one of the AoE knockback green cards he can combo off of. He gets card draw speed, key, he heals. The only downside to the green card is that if you're able to avoid it, you're stuck there because the animation's so long that you can't do anything about evading it. His ultimate, you know, first off, his main ability, healing him, giving ki and all that, and canceling the enemy's buffs is really damn useful. And then his ultimate himself can hit really damn hard. Like, the UI Goku overall is just a very good unit. Also, he has the cover changes. Like, that's definitely one of the best things about him. He has the cover change against both strike and blast cards, just like UI Goku. What? Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. What am I saying right now? Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. UI Goku at first, obviously, but you know, he does have the same mechanics. Like, overall, like, UI Goku is just very good. But like I said, he's also really skill dependent. He's definitely a unit that you could look at in a certain perspectives, like, oh, he's really easy for new players because like they could just sit there and dodge everything for free. But you could also take in the fact that he's very skill dependent because of that mechanic as well. All right, but enough talking about UI Goku. He's very good. Zamasu. Like I said, when I was talking about him versus Gogeta, I would definitely say he's better than Gogeta. So obviously that means he's an S tier guaranteed, bare minimum. Zamasu is crazy. Like I said, him, Gogeta, and Gohan, I feel like I talked about quite enough in my previous tier list video, so I'm not going to talk about him too much. But he's just really damn good. Like, he can do a lot of damage. His tanking is not the absolute best, but I mean, it's fine. My main gripe with him is the fact that he just doesn't have Blast Armor's ultimate, which I feel like even with that, it wouldn't have even made him like that much more broken or anything. I feel like he would just be around the same. But he has a ton of utility with the fact that he's able to like lower the enemy's ki as he's getting comboed. He gets death buffs when he kills the opponent. He literally destroys all their cards, and also I think it's when he uses ultimate, he lowers their ki by 100 as well, which is just stupid. And like, he has a cover change against strike cards. His blue card draws him a green card. His green card is one of the best in the game because it's an AoE green card again. And he gets ki, but then he also goes type neutral and it locks in the opponent for like 3 counts, which is just really good because like you could use the green card and then immediately rising rush even a blue unit, and if it goes through, it will kill him, and they can't do anything about it. And then also like even like when Zamasu is like low, I think it's below 70% HP, every card he uses he heals 5% HP, so like I guess in that way he has a bit of sustainability. But yeah, I mean Zamasu is just freaking like, he's just disgustingly good. That's all I gotta say about him. Alright, LF Super Saiyan 3 Goku. This unit has quite a bit of history. I remember when this unit came out and he was not that good. Like he was like, I remember when he came out, like he was fine, he was good, but he definitely, like I remember like he came out during a point where like every LF unit that was coming out was like the best unit in the game or in contention for best unit in the game, and when he came out he was like not even in discussion for best unit in the game. Like that just told you that he definitely was, I don't know, there was something off about him. And even the Kid Buu that came out with him, but like he is really like now the Zenkai, he's a completely different unit. I just gotta put him up here. He's Z tier guaranteed. You could even make a case that he's better than, he's like the best unit in the game or something, or like he's at least better than this guy. Like these 3 units, I feel like you can make a case that either any one of them are the definitive best unit in the game. Like you can make a case this guy's the best, you can make a case this guy's the best, you can make a case this guy's the best. Like that's how good they are. Super Saiyan 3 Goku is really good. Like you know, he can be pretty tanky, especially if you have like a good setup for him and all that. He can be really tanky and durable. His damage obviously can be quite good. He does kind of depend on the enemy switching a ton in order for him to stack up, especially his ultimate damage. I mean, that's fine because this guy's, trust me, he's going to be making you switch. No doubt about that. His green card is so much better than what it used to be, because before it would be against blast cards. It's a counter against blast cards, but he could only combo off it with a blue card. Now you can just combo off of it with anything. So his green card is like a million times better. His blue card, I mean, his blue card's not anything really special to write home about, but I mean, it's fine. His ultimate is like one of, if not the hardest hitting ultimate, especially if you're able to stack up like enough buffs and all that. He has card draw speed after the first 30 counts and all that. He has a special cover change as well that literally just can like save you from taking any hit, or you know what I mean. He has a special cover rescue. Like he heals a ton as well when he pops his main. He goes type neutral as well. What is it? Yeah, he gets ki when he enters the battlefield. He also buffs his health restoration. I think it's basically with this guy, you want to run him on a full Saiyan team. You can run him on Sun Family, like even with these two, because like remember, this guy's giving him that support buff. So I mean, I guess it kind of makes up for the fact that he's not running with a Saiyan character. So I mean, on Sun Family you can be good, but definitely Saiyan's the best setup you want to use for him, especially with Angel Vegeta. That's all I gotta say about this guy. He's just really damn good. They definitely did a really good job of with the Zenkai, and they made him truly a king. All right, now we have the boy Beerus. Beerus, the first LF Zenkai ever. He's still good. He's definitely still good. I'm just gonna put him in B tier. Beerus is good. It's just I feel like on God Key he's been replaced by Vados. Vados I would say is probably better than him. Like Beerus can definitely do more damage in her, and he can probably tank better. And I mean, Beerus can also support as well. His support buff is fine, but Vados is just, her support capabilities and everything she's offering to the table is so, like, she does so much. Like, Vados is just straight up, she is God Key. That's what she is. She is literally the entirety of the God Key team. That's what she is. But yeah, I mean, Beerus obviously, like, he's quite good. He can still do pretty good damage and all. Obviously, you know, there are other units on this list that can probably do more damage than him. I remember when he first got Zenkai, he was like by far the best unit in the game. That's probably like the biggest power creep jump we've ever seen in Legends history when this guy got a Zenkai. I'm pretty sure that is like the biggest power creep jump ever in this game's history. I mean, yeah, but from this guy becoming, like, when he first came out, he was literally a garbage can. Like, he was literally, you pulled him and it was an L. Like, he was literally the first ever LF character. He's a brand new character, and if you pulled him, he was an L. Like, that's how bad he was. And his Zenkai obviously completely changed that. But I mean, like I said, even now he can be good, but it's just, I feel like Vados is just better than him and all that. And like, obviously, you know, he's aged a bit as well, so there's that. But I mean, Beerus can still be quite good, but definitely not on the level of all these other characters. All right, LF Frieza. LF Frieza, he's still good. He's definitely a bit more. He has more value now because of this guy, because LOE finally got a buff after like however long it was since they last got a buff. But yeah, this guy, LF Frieza honestly is still quite good. His support is amazing. The fact that he also holds a blue card and all that for the LOE team, like, this guy is really crazy. They give him a Zenkai, he's actually gonna be like really damn good, and he's gonna help make LOE just really good. But yeah, I mean, he himself right now, his damage was never really the greatest. His ultimate can actually do good damage, but other than that, he doesn't really do that much damage. He's mainly just meant to be a support character slash tank kind of, but more so support. His defensive capabilities can be okay. I mean, especially if you switch out, like if you switch him out to standby and then you switch him back in, he gets damage reduction and he keeps it from that point on. So I mean, at that point, especially if you also have quite a few stars on him, he'd have to be pretty tanky and all that, but overall, I think he's C tier. Like, I would say Goten's worse than him for sure. Like, maybe I could put him up here. It's just, I don't know. I feel like he's here. I don't know. Remember, like I said in my previous video, I'm actually shocked I didn't even say this. This is an opinionated tier list. That's all I gotta say. Anyways. LF Broly. LF Broly is really damn good. I actually recently got him to 6 stars finally, and I've been using him a bit more, and he can still be such a beast, man. Like, you literally, like, you start getting this Broly ramped up, and he just does, he literally can control matches by himself. That's how good he is. I would definitely say now I would prefer Gogeta Blue. I would definitely prefer Gogeta Blue over Broly. Like, I feel like Gogeta Blue is definitely aged better than Broly. Like, Broly's still really good. He's gonna be an A tier. He's gonna be an A tier right now. He can still be really good. It's just, I don't know. I feel like if you're running on a powerful opponent, Kid Buu's probably the better option. I mean, it mainly depends on your team build, but like, Broly can definitely be really good. Like, there's no doubt about that. His tanking is okay, but I mean, his damage, like I said, especially if you're able to ramp it up and all that, he can just take control of matches. Especially the fact that he like has a million ways of getting damage buffs. He has a million ways of getting card draw speed. Like, he has vanish gauge recovery when enemy switches. He heals. Like, his ultimate also, like, I love how his ultimate, because of the fact that it force switches, it ties into his own passive that he literally gets buffs when the enemy switches. Like, this guy literally gets buffs for existing. That's literally what it is. So I mean, yeah, that's all I gotta say about this guy. He is just incredibly good for sure. All right, Super Vegito. Super Vegito is in C tier. Obviously, he could use a Zenkai. I feel like, honestly, in certain situations, he can definitely look decent still. Like, he can definitely put in work at times, but obviously he's aged, of course. Like, his tanking is not that impressive. He can get killed pretty quickly. His damage can be okay, especially if your opponent uses a ton of, like, cards, because remember, he does depend on, like, the enemy using cards, and also the cards that he draws, he gets more buffs for. At that point, he can probably do a lot of damage, especially if you run with Bardock. Like, he can still look really good if you run with Super Saiyan Bardock, but obviously Super Vegito is aged for sure. His ultimate, I mean, his ultimate can still hit, like, pretty hard. Like, his strike cover change can be good, but I mean, he's aged, obviously. I definitely wouldn't say he's the worst LF out of this tier, so I would definitely say he's probably Goten, maybe, but he's probably like the second worst. I don't know, but one day my boy will be revived with Zenkai, don't worry. All right, LF Rose. LF Rose, I feel like is kind of underrated as well. I don't know. I will say he's A tier. Like, I remember when LF Super Saiyan 4 Goku came out, a lot of people, like, some people were saying like he was at least better than this guy, but then that's when like the roles switched and people were like saying this guy's better. I would definitely say Rose is better than Super Saiyan 4 Goku, just hands down. Rose, I actually used recently, mainly just for this tier list video, just like to remind myself just how good he can be, and he can definitely be really good. My Rose is at 4 stars right now, and like that extreme bleed is like so good. Like, his damage on its own is fine. He can do good damage, but that extreme bleed, like even against type disadvantage, it can, like, over time, it can do so much damage. Like the fact that also his green card is a comboable green card that gives him key and all he can combo off of. It gives him a blue card as well, which is blue card is really good, but also extends the extreme bleed duration. That is really damn good. And then his blue card as well. Let's just talk about that. Really damn good. It's literally just like full power freezes, except that the only extra thing he gets is he can go type neutral. That, like, his blue card, you could literally throw it against a yellow character and he'll still do good damage. Like, and the fact that it hits the whole team, like, that is so nice. The fact that he does have the strike cover change is nice. The fact that he does have a chance of destroying enemy Dragon Balls per strike card he uses is an ability I constantly forget about him, but he does have it. It can be nice. He does straight up just nullify endurance. Just, he has that active all the time. That's also something that full power Frieza has. That's something I forgot to talk about him. But Rose does straight up just nullify endurance no matter what. He does provide debuffs to enemy as they combo him. I mean, the debuffs are like, okay. I mean, I don't know. It's just, they're whatever. I don't know. But yeah, also his ultimate can hit pretty hard. It mainly depends on the enemy, like in terms of how many enemy battle members there are. Basically, the less enemy battle members there are, the more damage it does. But I mean, his ultimate can hit pretty hard, obviously. I mean, that's really all I gotta say about him. Like, definitely, you know, he's definitely a unit that the more I've used, I've definitely liked more as well. But, you know, like, I would definitely say he's better than this guy. He's, like, better than all. He's like, Rose is a very good character overall. I actually do quite like him, and I think he's quite underrated. So there's that. And the final unit of this tier list. This video has been going on for a while now, but we have Namek Goku. We're just gonna put him in S tier straight up. He's really good. He's also another skill dependent character, kind of, mainly with this blue card, his counter. Like, that blue card is probably still the strongest blue card in the entire game, still to this day. Like, this guy is just crazy. Like, you know, he can be pretty tanky and all that. He can do good damage. But this guy can be really good. His green card is a force switching card, but at least it's better than this guy's, because at least he also does restore Vanish Gauge and all that. If you're able to land that, it's game over at that point. It can do so much damage still. And also, if he's last man standing, like, he heals a ton. He also becomes immune to any debuffs, like in normal conditions or actually downgrades and all that stuff. And then he gets a ton of extra damage. Like, at last man standing, he can still be such a threat. He's definitely very scary to face against. And then not only that, but this guy is overall one of the best most valuable units in the game, because not only just what he's providing for you in his kit, just how good he is, but also the fact that his Z ability is like one of the best in the game, buffing double attack for Saiyans and Super Saiyans, and then his Zenkai ability itself buffing blue Saiyans. Like, that is like one of the best Zenkai abilities, not straight up the best Zenkai. Like, this guy is honestly probably even the most valuable unit in the entire game. Like, that is insane. And maybe you could take that and add points to him just because of it, and maybe even bump him up to like Z tier or something. Like I said, he's definitely a very skill dependent character as well, because of the fact that if you know how to play with him and all that, he could feel like even the best unit in the game to you, or he can feel pretty mid to you, or like, I don't know. But I'm gonna put him here. I feel like this is a comfortable spot for him. I don't know. I feel like these units are just a step above him, at least just slightly. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, here's the tier list. I kind of started speeding through it a bit, and maybe I could have said more about certain units. I mean, like, a lot of these units are good. Like, some of them, like, mainly like Goten or something, like, he can still be okay in certain situations, but, you know, he's not terrible. Like, he's not like the worst unit in the game or anything. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, here's my tier list. Obviously, like I said, you know, earlier, this is an opinionated tier list. Obviously, people are not going to agree with my opinions or whatever, but I feel like I'm actually, like, fine with this tier list. And yeah, with that being said, hopefully you guys enjoy the video. Make sure to link down below if you do. Check out the second channel, link down below. I upload a new skit there, so go check it out. Also sub to this channel as well, you know, if you enjoy my content. Also hit notification bell to never miss out on an upload. Also follow my Twitter, you know, here's my Twitter, you know, if you want to check it out, you know, follow me, you know. And yeah, with that being said, I will see y'all in the next video. Peace out. Have a great one, y'all.